didn't really mean no.
No, yes, yes, no. It's all interchangeable.
The National Ski Patrol just approved Sudafed Cold and Cough for patrollers on duty. Approved because Sudafed Cold and Cough relieves coughs, congestion, and aches with no drowsy side effects. Sudafed Cold and Cough clears you up without slowing you down.
Here's one way to freshen your toilet bowl. Here's a better way. Toilet Duck. The automatic bowl cleaner that does more than just clean. It freshens with every flush. Only from S.C. Johnson Wax.
Accusing a politician of sexual harassment uncovers a department conspiracy.
Bury it because of politics?
An all-new Under Suspicion. Then the tone masseuse gets the deep freeze.
You let yourself be touched in a sexual way by another man?
I never got squiggled.
Picket fences after Under Suspicion. All new Friday.
Candice Bergen, Maya Angelou, Ice-T, Kelsey Grammer, John Bon Jovi. And that's just the first week. The Late Late Show with Tom Snyder starts Monday.
Coming up, an all-new 48 Hours. Here's Dan Rather with a preview.
Straight ahead, life inside the real ER, a place of heroes, heartbreak, and hope, where anything can happen, even miracles. You'll see it all on 48 Hours, next.
A final note about House Speaker Gingrich, his mother, and that comment about how he views First Lady Hillary Clinton. A White House source tells CBS News tonight that Mrs. Clinton has written Gingrich to invite him and his mother to the White House for a personal tour. These things happen, says Mrs. Clinton. Now she hopes they can work together. We'll see eye to eye again next week at our new regular time, 9 o'clock, 8 Central. And I'll see you tomorrow night with Dan Rather on the CBS Evening News. Good night, everybody.
"48 Hours takes you inside the real ER. It's a life or death drama with real miracles. Stay tuned for an all-new 48 Hours next.
Experience CBS News.
Tonight on 48 Hours,
Everybody winds up in the ER sooner or later.
Come in, your table's waiting.
the real ER.
Death, taxes, and the emergency department. It's a guarantee.
A child clings to life.
He was a 4-year-old. He was struck by a car.
The patient could die in a matter of minutes.
As a mother waits.
He has a very serious head injury.
Doctor, please stay before
We're doing. All hell breaks loose.
The doctor.
Give him 5 of morphine now. I was one of these guys that said, I'm going to be a doctor someday. Sometimes when I look down at this long white coat, I say, son of a bitch, I am a doctor.
And the ER's unsung hero.
Who really runs this place?
We do. Listen, we're going to get 5 of morphine. 2's not going to help. All you're concerned about is your patient.
No actors.
He's going to go out.
No scripts.
Oh, yeah, this happens all the time, too.
But plenty of hope.
Tonight, join Dan Rather with correspondents Harold Dow, Phil Jones, Aaron Moriarty, Richard Schlesinger, and Susan Spencer. "48 Hours, the real ER. Here is Dan Rather.
Good evening. This is the emergency room at University Hospital, Newark, New Jersey. Each year, some 60,000 people pass through here, some just to see a doctor, others are critically ill. Lately, the ER has been receiving a lot of notice as the fictional setting for stories made up for television. But there's nothing made up in what you're about to see. This is not a movie. This is the real deal. A slice of life as real as flesh and blood, and just as graphic, especially here in the trauma center, where teams are on duty round the clock as life hangs in the balance. I caution you, this is an intense place, one where not all the endings are happy. But it is also as you shall see, a place where miracles can happen.
You know, you figure you get here early in the morning, you get a chance maybe to get a cup of coffee, you start seeing your patients, and boom, something crazy comes in.
He was a 4-year-old. He was struck by a car. He's unconscious.
Yeah, and run over.
Yeah.
4-year-old Damian Martinez. His family calls him Chino.
Head, chest, and abdominal injuries.
He's just been crushed by a car in a freak accident.
You want to do everything perfect, but speed is of the essence in a case like this. Get a Doppler. Okay, let's do a femoral stick, get blood, get a femoral ABG now. I don't feel any crepitance. His pupils are fixed and dilated.
The boy's life is in the hands of the hospital's trauma team.
I'm thinking airway, breathing, circulation. I got to make sure they're okay.
On this shift, Dr. J.L. Hollop is in charge.
Okay, 3 milligrams of Versed.
1x4, please.
His blood pressure all of a sudden plummets. He's probably bleeding inside of his abdominal cavity. The patient could die in a matter of minutes. You have to act, find out where the bleeding is, and stop it.
To do that, the trauma team needs to get Chino to CAT scan for a special x-ray.
Hi, are you Damian's mom?
Dr. Hollop goes to talk to Chino's mother, Lazara Martinez.
First of all, I have to tell you that Damian is in very critical condition. Now listen to me. He's still alive, but he has a very serious head injury and possible chest injuries and possible injuries in his abdomen, okay?
Doctor, please save him.
We're doing special tests. Yes, he can be saved, but he is very, very sick, and there's a chance he might die.
Just a few hours earlier, Chino was with his mother as a neighbor was helping to jumpstart her car. Somehow, Chino got under the neighbor's car and was run over as the car pulled away.
His blood pressure has stabilized. We're going to take him to CAT scan.
Dr. Hollop needs to find out what is causing Chino's internal bleeding.
Let's make sure that he doesn't have a ruptured organ.
And if his head injuries will require surgery.
Hey, Chino.
Lazara is being comforted by a friend and by the hospital's patient relations representative, Lonnie Tucker.
We gotta pray.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You'll be all right.
Okay.
You're gonna be all right.
The chances of surviving are still slim.
The CAT scan shows multiple skull fractures.
It's a very serious head injury.
But at this point, it's not that injury that worries Dr. Hollop the most.
And the spleen has a tear that virtually never stops bleeding.
The spleen must be removed.
Realize this kid's going to the operating room, period.
You're going to see him. We're going to make sure that you get back in the room to touch and talk to him, because that's very important to the healing process, to let him know that Mom is there.
Lazara is permitted a short visit with Chino before he is rushed off to surgery.
Chino, tú vas a estar bien, ¿ok? Para que salgas rápido, ¿ok? Chino. Mom, they're going to do another shot on him. Come on outside so we don't slow him up. Thanks. Then we'll wait outside while we move him.
Very good.
Well, right now, we're going to operate on him, explore the abdomen, remove the spleen, and hopefully we'll save his life.
He's in good hands. Have faith, okay? Okay, let's go. Let's go over there. Come on, let's get away from here.
Okay.
This is pretty much an emergency prep, okay? Nothing fancy about this. It's definitely a team effort. How are you, Rube? And personally, for me, there's my faith in God, and I count on that a lot.
Unless his team stops the internal bleeding right now, Chino could die.
Foley's not working. Okay. Get this sucker working over here. Especially with kids, they develop a kind of an emotional involvement in these things.
Hemostat?
God, it's worse for the mom, obviously.
I'm trying to be as strong as I can.
When I first saw her, she was just shaking terribly. We're going to stay with you, okay? And you got to talk to us about it. You see it?
As the operation continues, Rosemary Ferdinand, the hospital's bereavement specialist, meets with Chino's mother.
Who's dead? Who's like this?
Hold on, Mama. You're going to keep seeing this flashback to you. All right, let's go. We'll go take a walk.
Rosemary, you're called in when the patient is close to death or could die.
Yes.
If Damien should die, what will you tell his mother?
I'll tell her that she did everything she could. I'll tell her that this accident was not her fault. I'll try to help her work through the inevitable feelings of guilt she's going to have.
Another tie, please. A ruptured spleen, the patient could die from blood loss in a matter of minutes. How's the blood pressure? Good, there we go, excellent. Coming out with the spleen.
The operation lasts about an hour.
Body wall retractor. As far as his injury goes, we've controlled that, and his spleen is out and there's no significant bleeding whatsoever.
But the end of surgery is only the beginning of the real fight.
Really, post-trauma patients, the hardest part after you get them out of the operating room is the intensive care period. It's going to take a lot of work. He's still not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination. Get set up for an A-line and a PD.
Not out of the woods because Chino still has multiple skull fractures and brain swelling.
He's out of the operating room. He does have some major significant injuries, though, and it could go either way. But we're a little bit more hopeful. The next 24 to 48 hours will give us a better idea on how things are going to go.
What would surprise you? Would anything surprise you here?
Nothing would surprise me. If he started to wake up tonight and got 100% better, I wouldn't be surprised. If he expired tonight, I would be very sad, but I wouldn't be surprised.
It will be a night of waiting and watching.
You have to hope for the best, expect the very worst, and take what God gives you.
AT&T.
It's true. The AT&T True programs are such a good value that MCI customers switched to AT&T a record 8 million times in 1994.
Your true voice.
A mature look at breakfast.
Hold on there, Hotfoot. I gotta eat. I'm waiting.
Always bolting out without breakfast?
Will you relax?
How about trying the big, ripe, sweet taste of Kellogg's Cherry Pop-Tarts?
The nectar of the gods.
Hot and fast from the toaster.
You love cherries.
Listen to the voice of maturity. They're good.
Isn't that better?
Real good, real fast.
Life is just a bowl of cherries. But skipping breakfast is the pits.
Some days I get these really pounding headaches. I used to take Tylenol, but it didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I've been using Advil for a while now. I found that on my tough headaches, 2 Advil work better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets, better than extra-strength Tylenol caplets, better than Tylenol gel caps. And you know, nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
That's it. We're through. I don't find you attractive. Truth is, you make me uncomfortable, so this relationship is over. Finito. I've got something new in my life.
New moisture recovery from Lubriderm with alpha hydroxy. It exfoliates old skin, adding nourishing moisture to the skin beneath.
So, move over, baby.
Oh.
Starting now, I'm into a whole new skin. And don't even think about coming back.
New moisture recovery from Lubriderm for the skin you'd rather be in.
AT&T.
It's true. The AT&T True programs are such a good value that MCI customers switched to AT&T a record 8 million times in 1994.
Your true voice.
For Dr. Sloan and Jack, murder is a pain in the neck when they find they have a large stake in a vampire's plans.
They drink human blood.
Diagnosis Murder returns Friday.
Find out what's behind picket fences, Fridays on CBS.
Good heart rate. Having any pain or bleeding right now, officer?
A lot of pain.
All you're concerned about is your patient.
Took a fall last Monday. Did you trip or did you just fall?
You don't think about anything else. You want to make sure everything's done to ensure the patient's safety. He became very violent in the ambulance. He said he wanted to What happened today? Open your eyes.
No matter how many people come through the door, we perform. Just keep going.
Anybody got ammonia? I'll get one. Open your eyes for the doctor.
It's completely different than being a physician. We all respect each other. We learn from them. They learn a great deal from us.
What would the doctors learn from you?
How to care for people.
Yeah, that's something they don't learn. They don't learn a bedside manner. They don't learn compassion and kindness.
How's breathing? 100% up there. That's good news.
And it's just not taught in medical school. And it comes very naturally to me and a lot of other nurses.
Gina Copel and Kathy Purcell
I got a blood pressure already.
Oh, you got it away? Are 15-year veterans of University's emergency room.
You getting some sleep?
Leanne McClinton has been here 2 years. Who really runs this place?
We do.
They know.
The nurses run it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get another line.
How would you describe a strong nurse?
A lot of it's common sense. You have to know, you have to be able to look at your patient and tell whether they're sick or whether they're not sick, and that's the bottom line. It's a gut feeling. It's something that you just have. It's a skill that you have, and if you don't have it...
We've seen people come and go, and we can tell you many don't.
We got it.
And you have it, honey.
But the time to sit and chat is soon over. The rescue helicopter is called to the scene of a car fire.
Okay, it's an MVA with a burn victim, right? Burn victim and internal injuries. There is a doctor on the scene. Happened to stop. With my luck, he's a dentist.
Car's burning away, man. That baby's on fire. 601 available.
Grab a pack, grab a tetanus.
Now you're going to go for a ride first class. No cocktails.
You never know what's coming in. And that's what I like about it. You know, it's so spontaneous, and you have no idea what's coming next.
So who's going in here?
There's pressure of 167 over 99, and we're on our final approach into University Hospital.
They're on the roof now?
Yep.
Ma'am, do you remember hitting your head?
No, I did not hit my head.
Hit your chest, hit your belly?
No, the seatbelt was great.
Why don't we put a collar on her just until we make sure we have no problems? Just kind of brushed up against the guardrail in order to stop the car.
Okay, great.
She got out of the car and the clothing was on fire.
Okay. You got her history, no medical problem?
Morphine.
Do you take any medicine?
Just yell out what findings you have.
Take tetracycline for what?
We're the stable factor here. The doctors are in and out every single month. We're the stability in our patients' lives and our patient care.
What's hurting you right now? Is your belly hurt?
Just the burn.
University is a training hospital for young doctors.
The physicians, like Kathy said, every month they change, and they're very new.
Okay, we're just going to give you some pain medicine as you need it, all right?
The third-year resident and the nurses disagree on how much painkiller to give.
Listen, we're going to give at least 5 of morphine. 2's not going to help her, okay?
Let me start with 2, okay?
Why can't we give her a little more just to start out?
Start with 2.
Fine,
What's
give
your blood
2.
pressure? Yeah. Always give more.
How about more morphine?
Dr. Hollop agrees with the nurses.
Okay, why don't you give her 5 more morphine?
Giving you medicine for pain, all right?
Can you feel me touching your leg there?
Some centenaries, but intraorally, the oral cavity looks pretty deep. She'll be with us for a few days. I believe she's going to be fine. There's a girl.
The painkiller sounds like it's taking effect.
Just open your mouth a little bit. You stick your tongue out. Get a nice warm blanket for her.
It's off to our feet.
Still awake talking?
Singing. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
I think 10 milligrams of morphine will make anybody sing. I'll tell you the truth.
Well, then how do you explain why these people were singing with her?
Well, you know, it's contagious.
Miraculously, your lipstick is still intact. It's a good woman. Keep her lipstick on after getting burned.
The nurses agree there's one thing you must have to work in the emergency room.
A good sense of humor.
Yeah,
making light of something
around
that's
here.
very difficult to deal with.
You'll see that everybody's laughing, because if you stop to think about it,
It helps you keep your
you just
sanity?
couldn't do it, yeah.
We got you under good control,
Yeah, I
okay?
can't remember when I've had so much attention.
You deserve it.
Ever.
You deserve it. You had a tough day. It never gets routine. It never gets boring. I still like the job after this many years.
That's a good one.
he winds up in the ER sooner or later.
You okay? Okay. You take insulin?
Death, taxes, and the emergency department. It's a guarantee.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jaker. How are you?
Dr. Michael Jaker is here because he runs the place.
Well, I think you're going to have to stay with us, dude. It looks like you got an infection that's spread up to here.
He's Director of Emergency Services.
1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, great. Single car accident. I think it's got a fracture.
Where's it hurting?
You all right?
After doing this almost 20 years, nothing much rattles Jaker.
How long you been wheezing?
Since last night, Ben.
Got a heart problem? High blood pressure? Anything else besides the asthma? Basically, everything that can possibly happen to a human being comes through these doors, sooner or later. Come on. Get some IV.
But not every case that comes in the door is a true emergency. This one is.
Asthma?
An asthma attack.
Some oxygen on him. Come on. Keep breathing. Asthma can be a fatal and deadly disease. Get some oxygen on him. Come on. Some IV. Get a line in him. What do you need? Let's get an IV in him. Get some gloves on. Come on, let's go. You okay? What's your name?
Just after 8 p.m., Wilfredo Terone, a seemingly healthy 28-year-old, stops breathing.
All right, he's going to go out.
He's going. Laying back. He's moving. Laying back.
Yeah.
He's out. He's seizing.
I think what goes through everybody's mind is you know that if you do everything right, you should be able to save a guy like this.
But to save him, they need to get air in and out of his lungs.
Do you have any other history on the guy? He's got a pulse. There are at least 5,000 people a year die of acute asthma attacks. Can we give him an inhalation treatment?
121 over 55.
Are both those IVs working? Both of them running? Okay. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. His heart rate's coming down. He's doing better.
How close did you all come to losing him?
Just about went out. So hopefully he got here in the nick of time.
When you say he just about went out, are you talking about he came close to dying?
Well, if you stop breathing, you don't have too much time before you're not with us anymore.
Honey, it's okay. Okay.
What's his name? Is he waking up a little?
Yeah, he's like squinting his eyes and touching his face.
Dr. Jaker?
Yeah.
Anesthesia wants to paralyze him.
Yeah, please, do it. He's got a lot of bronchospasm. You hear that?
Paralyzed.
Yeah, don't put him back.
All right, hit it.
Michael, you want
That sounds good. Do it again. Okay.
Now, is he out of danger, or?
No, not yet, but I think that he's in a lot better shape than he was 5 minutes ago.
He bleeding from his eyes or into his eyes?
No.
He bled into
from
his eyes?
his nose, yeah.
He should be okay.
Okay.
His brain wasn't deprived of oxygen, we hoped, for very long.
Okay. That's it.
Wilfredo is breathing again.
Who is it? She's the one who called?
And now his girlfriend, Millie, is allowed to see him.
His mother died from an asthma attack.
Yeah, well, there you go. They got bad asthma in their family.
It's going to be a long night for both of them.
When I saw him laying in that bed with all those tubes down him, I thought he had died.
Okay? He's much better, right? He stopped breathing just as he got here, so hopefully everything's going to be in the nick of time, and we keep our fingers crossed. And he's going to go upstairs to the intensive care unit. Okay, so you know the story on him? You know the story on him? He just had a really bad asthma attack, and his mother died of an asthma attack. The girlfriend could probably fill you in. Okay, I'm going back downstairs. I'll check him before the night is over.
Hemorrhoids are a special problem for women. If you've ever had a baby, you know what I mean. But now there's a hemorrhoid medicine made just for women called Hemorrhoid. Aloe-enriched Hemorrhoid is extremely kind to a woman's delicate tissues. Yet it's wonderfully effective. Nothing else you can buy helps stop pain and itch fast and helps shrink swollen tissues and promotes the healing process. No wonder most doctors surveyed would recommend Hemorrhoid's special formula. New Hemorrhoid with the formula made just for women and trusted by doctors.
This is how water flows through clean drains. But over time, This gunky buildup slows drains down, and buildup this tough needs special treatment. Drano introduces the first buildup remover in professional strength. The green means enzyme action that makes Drano Pro Strength better than other buildup removers. Get Drano Buildup Remover. The green means new Pro Strength. And go with the flow. S.C. Johnson Wax.
As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to try it. I mean, Suave has always meant great shampoo. You know, hair with life, real body. So when I found Suave Skin Therapy Lotion, how could I resist? Look, it soothes. It actually heals. I mean, dry skin, goodbye. So it's like an expensive brand, but it's not going to cost you an arm, a leg, or an elbow.
Have you discovered all the ways Suave makes you look good?
If you'd bought your last-minute presents with the new Optima True Grace card from American Express, you still wouldn't be paying interest. It's a good thing for the new year. And remember, keep recycling those old credit cards. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA.
Movie popcorn? You can't come in here with that.
Wait, this is light popcorn.
New movie theater Butter Light. The big buttery taste of movie popcorn with no more fat than Mother Light.
Our mistake. Proceed.
New Red and Butter's Light. It only tastes sinful.
The rules say...
If you shock people, they won't laugh.
We say, shock this! We're moving the boys are back to Saturday, followed by the 5 Mrs. Buchanans at a new time.
You can't do that.
Just watch us. Saturdays, the boys are moving in and the girls are moving over.
Oh, my.
The boys are back to 5 Mrs. Buchanan's. New night, new rules Saturday.
My.
JoBeth Williams, Stephen Lang, Ralph Waite, in an epic story of a woman who fights to keep her family together.
There's no law against hope, is there?
A Season of Hope, Sunday.
I always like to say that while a patient is alive, there's hope.
It's been hours since Dr. J.L. Hollop operated on 4-year-old Chino Martinez, the boy run over by a car.
His main problem right now is his brain injury and the brain swelling. There's so many variables and there's so many things that could go wrong.
Chino's mother, Lazara, has been here at the hospital for about 14 hours.
You're going to stay all night tonight? You'll stay here?
If I have to stay as much as I have to stay, I will. Till I see his eyes open and his life out of risk.
With almost nothing to break the tension,
Skull fractures, back fracture of the right side of the skull. Hope for the best.
Chino's mother eventually gets some sleep. No such luck for Dr. Hollop.
All hell breaks loose. Now let your arms relax. Give him 5 of morphine now. Let's get X-ray here. You don't have any heart problems? Any problems?
It's another victim of a car accident. A man pinned by a car against a wall.
All right, what hurts the most, Bruce? My leg. His left leg was crushed between a car and a wall. Other than this, you're the picture of health?
I think so.
Overnight for Dr. Hollop.
You don't even know where you were stabbed. Just trust us on this.
There's little time to relax.
Kind of grab whatever you can get whenever you can get it.
But he doesn't mind.
Do you have any numbness in this arm, young fella? I was one of these guys that said, I'm going to be a doctor someday. Honest to God, sometimes, like, when I'm walking down the halls, like 3 o'clock in the morning or something, and I look down at this, like, long white coat, I say, son of a bitch, I am a doctor. And sometimes I can't believe it. Believe it or not, on a good night, I'll sleep from 2 to 5, 2 to 6.
But this isn't one of those nights.
Damn, how did his base deficit get back down to -4 again?
Tests show there's a problem with Chino.
Repeat the ABG one more time, because I don't know that that's correct.
But when Dr. Hollop examines Chino, he makes a startling discovery.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? Huh? Wow. How you feeling, pal? Look at that.
Did he open his eyes?
Yes, he is opening his eyes all by himself.
Chino is actually coming around.
Sometimes you have to look at the book and throw it away and say, this kid looks a little better, even with his head trauma. The fact that he opens his eyes spontaneously now, at this point, is excellent sign.
Despite Dr. Hollop's optimism,
how you doing?
He downplays his reaction with Chino's mother.
No, but he's doing okay. He's actually doing a little better.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. He's opening his eyes all by himself. I try not to give the family too much hope because these things could just change in a minute's notice.
Morning, guys. We have ourselves a chilly start to the day.
Early the next morning, Dr. Hollop's 24-hour shift is nearing an end.
I think we should put him in the PCU, tell you the truth.
And a new team will take over.
Hi, Mom. How you doing? We're basically explaining to the team what we think they should do to carry through with what we began last night. Open your eyes. See, he's trying real hard. I think he's going to do fine. Okay. Excellent. When he came into this hospital yesterday, he was as close to being dead as he could possibly be, really. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I think we turned the corner with this little fellow.
Hold my hand. Yeah. That's my baby. I love you.
How complete will his recovery be?
It's just really difficult to say that it's going to be a long road to recovery for him and his entire family. I'm quite sure of that.
I feel much better. I'm more optimistic, honestly. I do. I do, really. And, it's something beautiful. I know my son is going to make it now, more than ever. I know he's going to make it. He's a strong boy. That's my baby.
Bye, Doctor. Have a nice day.
A good day is when everything went right and all the patients are fine. A bad day is when something goes wrong somewhere along the line, and sometimes there's just not a damn thing you can do. And facing the fact that you're a human being and that there's just certain things that you have to let go, that's probably the most difficult thing for me. Those are the things I bring home.
After working a 24-hour shift, it's J.L. Hollop's time to unwind.
I try to maintain some type of a normal lifestyle outside the hospital, but sometimes you just can't. Standing on a dusty road, I watch that setting sun. Think about the things I should have said to you. The music does a lot for me in helping to, ease the tensions of the night before. I'm not the only one. Also, it helps to kind of separate the hospital reality from the home reality. I love you in the morning, because sometimes you have to do that. If you can't do it, well, you'll get bad ulcer if you won't go crazy. When I look up at those cold stars, I say I need you.
Becoming a surgeon has not been easy for J.L.
The road is extremely hard, but the rewards are definitely worth the trip.
Do you want to watch this now?
For most of that trip, his wife Janet has been by his side.
I've known him ever since he was pre-med, and I know he's worked really hard. He's done everything on his own. Everything.
Nothing was handed to J.L.
Born and raised in northeastern PA. Very poor, but never knew it. That's my mom. Mother worked so hard, watched her work all my life, had that ethic instilled in me from an early age. I was the first person in my family to ever go to college.
But that was only after several years working construction.
Ta-da! That's my Navy picture.
And then joining the Navy as a medical corpsman.
Of all the corpsmen I know, there's only one other corpsman that I remember that went to medical school.
Most wanted to be doctors. J.L. had the right stuff.
4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, 1 year of internship, 5 years of residency, 14 years.
And now he's in the home stretch of his marathon.
The residency is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I've loaded 80-pound concrete slabs for 8 hours at a time from the ground to a truck.
The years have been hard on Janet, too.
Well, you have to be very independent. Go with the flow and be able to do a lot of things on your own.
The daily worker has personal?
Their time together is precious.
I know.
Because in a few hours, J.L. will be back at the hospital.
To help you, okay? You remember everything that happened?
Yeah. Back to his dream.
It was an all-or-nothing thing, so if I didn't swim, I would have sunk. So I had to swim. I don't ask God for anything, but I thank God for everything I have. And that's the way I want to live the rest of my life.
AT&T. It's true. The AT&T True programs are such a good value that MCI customers switched to AT&T a record 8 million times in 1994.
Your true voice.
Years ago, I looked like that. Then I lost 40 pounds in 4 months on the Ultra Slim Fast plan, and I've kept it off. It hasn't always been easy, but I eat sensibly and start almost every day with a delicious Ultra Slim Fast shake. For me, it's the best breakfast. It gives me as much protein as this, as much calcium as this, and as much fiber as 4 bowls of Special K, plus 19 essential vitamins and minerals. So come on, lose weight and feel great with the Ultra Slim Fast plan. It's a healthy way to lose weight.
AT&T. It's true. The AT&T True programs are such a good value that MCI customers switched to AT&T a record 8 million times in 1994.
Your true voice.
Gunshot, cardiac arrest.
Play it over there so you can load up. Hold up. Got a pretty good size hole in this heart. All right, guys, let's say keep it controlled here. That's good. Get the lines in the lower extremities.
48 hours will continue.
Tonight on Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with the color on your TV. That's Sinbad's suit.
Whoa! Plus, all night long, action stunts.
Could hiring this man to rearrange your furniture help you change your life or even make you rich? Donald Trump thinks so.
We study it. We work on it. We actually hired somebody.
But before you start shoving your couch around, see Eye on America tomorrow on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung. This is CBS.
There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers.
The time for the healing of the wounds has come. New York City will again be the capital of the world.
Peace is attainable.
It's your world. Watch, understand, learn. Channel 2 News.
Tim Allen. He's got a hit holiday film and a secret past you wouldn't believe.
Would you rather watch than show all of us what's underneath that lovely T-shirt?
Now, Hard Copy reveals the naked truth about his career as host of a nudie contest.
Have you ever beat up a short guy?
Nah. It's Tim's Nudie Nightmare. Plus, an exclusive poll. Did Connie Chung go too far with Newt Gingrich's mom? America votes. Connie versus Newt on the next Hard Copy.
Tomorrow at 7 on Channel 2.
A camera, a microphone, 2 chairs. That's all he needs. The Late Late Show with Tom Snyder. The best conversation on TV. Starts January 9th on Channel 2.
At 11, the disturbing past of the man accused of pushing a woman to her death on the subway tracks. Why was he able to walk out of a mental institution?
48 hours. The real ER continues.
One ambulance missing in action with the trauma code. So that should be it.
This is part of ER?
Yeah, oh yeah, this happens all the time too.
Downtime in the ER.
Beautiful. That's part of my whole day.
Breaks like this are rare.
Gunshot, cardiac arrest.
Quick. No, we just need some. Where's the bag? Where's the bag? Give me a bag. Okay, bigger sponges. If somebody get on the other side, just get a surgeon Frank. Get on the other side, help him.
Somebody have a line?
Do that there, man. That's fine.
You got a line?
Go on the other side, Kathy.
You got a line in blood?
Keep going.
working, keep working. Keep working. He's got a pretty good sized hole in this heart. All right, guys, let's keep it controlled here. That's good. Get the lines in the lower extremities. Start the level 1 running. We're going to fuse the heart now.
Start the level 1.
1 unit of blood coming up.
I don't think this level 1 is flowing.
The level 1 doesn't seem to be flowing, guys.
Level 1 coming.
Blood. Start blood, please. Now.
Blood's coming. Unit of blood going into the right groin.
Do we know how long he was down in the field? Any idea? 2 minutes. It was witness. It was witness. Okay, let's keep going. He's got a pretty bad cardiac injury here, though. An unknown male shot, upper left chest. Nobody knows why. All right, let's keep going. Keep the blood running. He works for the corporation across the street. The heart is still flaccid. He's going to a building and gets to go to work as a guard. There's been no electrical activity at all since we started. Anything? All right, this doesn't look very good, guys.
It's been 18 minutes.
18 minutes, all right.
All right, let's everybody stop for a second.
Let's stop for a second, see if we have any electrical activity.
4 minutes in.
Anything on the monitor? No. All right. So we're going to stop this resuscitation. 20 minutes. Pronounce them dead.
We go out to waiting rooms and we tell families that they've just lost a very important member of their family, and that's so difficult.
The bullet went through his heart. We did everything we could, but we couldn't get him back.
All right, let's stop, everyone. 6:49, okay.
49. We devastate lives.
Let's close them up.
What happens in an emergency room changes lives.
You cry with the patient, you cry with the family, you cry with anybody who's standing there.
Not only the lives of the patients and families, but of the people who work there.
That stays with you for a very long time. There's a lot of cases that could have been years ago that I'll still reflect back on. And
for Kathy Purcell,
fresh man, what are you doing?
15 years of watching life's most painful moments has left its mark.
I appreciate my life so much. I have so much more than other people have. This is my daughter, Samantha.
It has made her cherish family.
This is Alyssa. She's 5 years old. That's Timmy. Spell your name. How do you spell your name?
And hold her 4 children tightly.
This is Michael. You're the silly boy. You're the silly boy.
Sometimes maybe too tightly.
Oh, you're so silly. You can look over my hair. We take the kids. We've never been away without them.
There's a tough one. See if you got this.
They don't have a babysitter.
What's your first teenage year?
11, 12, 13.
Okay.
I'm afraid of something happening and me not having control of the situation. And that is from work. I just know so many things can go wrong. And so quickly that I just need to be there. And if anything happened, I don't know what I would do without any one of my kids.
Fear is an occupational hazard she shares with her husband, Fiore, a Newark police detective.
Because usually she gets the end of what we see in the beginning. You know, all the tragedy that's out there, accidents and shootings and major traumas.
Come on, get your seatbelt. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I'm afraid of car accidents. All right, buck up. Come on, Tim. And every time I tuck them into their seatbelts, I say just like a little prayer. Help Timmy get his seatbelt on, okay? You know, please, God take care of us. I just don't want to be the next one in that hospital. Let's make sure yours is tight.
Whether at work or at home, Kathy can't stop being a nurse.
Nice job, nice job.
And that means taking care of people.
How's your juice? You look beautiful today. You get all dressed up just for us?
It's an example she sets for her brownie troop.
Girls, we need you to come help serve some donuts and apple juice.
As they bring Christmas cheer to a nursing home.
We're just trying to get the kids used to being with older people and making them realize that it's okay to be in a wheelchair and it's okay to be different and it's nice exposure. Say Merry Christmas, everyone. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
You sang for the senior citizens? How Mommy was singing? I know she was embarrassed.
I like both lives, and I was a nurse first before I was a mother. I'm off that week. I'm working that Wednesday. I'm working New Year's Eve nights, though. So I really enjoy my job enough to be in both places. I like wearing the both hats.
At Volvo, we never cut corners. But who said you can't round them? The new 960 from Volvo. A Consumer's Digest Best Buy.
Peter Barnes can't wait to shake his cold. Pills take time to dissolve, so he'll rush relief with the effervescent power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It's ready the moment you take it, rushing powerful medicines to soothe your aches, relieve your runny nose, free your breathing. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Your legs can feel 45% smoother, your feet 40% softer.
An update from Vaseline Research.
This is no ordinary lotion. This is an alpha hydroxy lotion just for dry, flaky legs and rough, calloused feet. It fluffs away dry, dead skin cells, so your legs are beautifully smooth. Even your feet are touchably soft.
From Intensive Research comes new Vaseline Intensive Care Smooth Legs and Feet Alpha Hydroxy Lotion.
We'd like you to try something a little different today.
Doesn't look very different. Look at them. They're boring.
Why don't you give it a try?
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, they are crispy. They have a nice basic flavor to them. I'm actually surprised.
You know what it is? Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes?
Yeah.
Good thing I'm sitting down. It was a joke.
Oh.
Come on. Lighten up.
Okay, all right, all right.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Taste them again for the first time.
Some cars you can talk about. Some cars you can read about. And some cars you simply have to experience. The new 960 from Volvo.
Accusing a politician of sexual harassment uncovers a department conspiracy.
Bury it because of politics?
An all-new Under Suspicion. Then the town masseuse gets the deep freeze.
You let yourself be touched in a sexual way by another man?
I never got squiggled.
Picket fences after Under Suspicion. All new Friday.
TV, late night, conversation. Meet the master. The Late Late Show with Tom Snyder starts Monday.
This is CBS.
Ever wonder what bears really do in the woods? The Passport from Honda.
911 can deliver action.
All I could see is this tremendous handgun. It's pointing at me, saying, get out of the car.
In actuality, he was ready for war.
I have an appreciation for life that I never, ever had.
More attitude.
Well, I have the information. You can hang up now. And if you don't calm down, he gets no help.
The boy could have been saved, and he should have.
If it's my house and my kid, I'm furious.
Is 911 in crisis? Next, Geraldo.
Tomorrow at 4 on New York's Channel 2.
Make an appointment with the Channel 2 News Health Team. The doctors are always in.
Yes, trauma team for shock trauma, please. Nobody really knows what happened. A vehicle accident against a parked car.
It's the night shift at the trauma center.
One's pregnant, found unresponsive.
Okay, we'll find the phone, but it hurts more.
And things are starting to get a little bit crazy around here.
He's complaining of head, neck, back pains, negative LOC. He's got elbow pain now.
It's the kind of place where attending surgeon Dr. Bartholomew Tortella
Calm down, calm down. We're here at the hospital. We're going to save your life.
fits right in.
Push back again. Okay, x-rays.
We're an inner city hospital, and many people think we're a knife and gun club.
Okay.
80% of what we see is motor vehicles,
No seatbelt.
kids darting out between cars, individuals falling down steps, whatever.
Come in. Your table's waiting. This is MVA, high speed, straight into a wall.
You remember what happened? Do you feel after what you've seen come through the door here, you could fix anything?
Oh, yeah.
Which one, left or right?
About a year and a half, you've seen pretty much everything.
But even the man who thinks he's seen it all was shocked by one patient.
The person was shot in the chest and came in with a heart stop, so we did an operation. We opened their chest. His chest is completely open, and he reached around and grabbed my hand. Well, this got my undivided attention.
What did they give her for sedation?
The patient getting Dr. Tortella's attention now
You next, Bear?
is 4-year-old Danira Walker.
First of all, she was involved in a fire. Second of all, she fell 3 stories.
We have a car headed over there. We're receiving calls that there are children trapped on the third. Oh, yeah, I know. We got
Danira's ordeal began 6 hours ago.
people trapped. We got heavy fire or whatever. We see occupants on the roof.
We got the information that the patient was coming in on our beepers.
Either out the third floor window or out the roof.
Okay, sweetheart. It'll be all right.
Father is here.
They was outside yelling, to her about the house. Let's just burn it up.
Danira's father, Randy, was trapped with the rest of the family on the roof of their burning home.
Okay, honey. It's okay, baby. It's
Suction her a little bit.
The daughter I had with me on the roof, she slipped out my hands.
Firemen rescued Randy from the roof. His wife and 2 other children also fell and were rushed to another hospital.
From incident time, maybe 30 minutes right now.
Okay, that's all I told us, that she was a fall from a burning building. She had a lot of head trauma, so we were really nervous that she wasn't responding appropriately. She wasn't crying like a 4-year-old will cry, so that always concerns us.
Yeah, I went in today.
We were able to put a tube in her windpipe so we could take over her breathing because she wasn't breathing properly.
Siphon growth should be the first tube filled. It's the only important test you're doing.
Sent off some lab tests and determined that she was a lucky lady. No fire injury to the lungs or to the skin.
And I'll get the blood gas and bring it over to you. Thank you. All right.
So the next thing, is there any injury internally to the brain or the stomach? To answer that question, we went immediately over to the CAT scanner.
It's so sad. We've had 2 kids come in the last 2 days, both 4 years old. So nice to be able to talk about healthy kids at home.
Honey, she's not going to be able to answer you. Okay, we gave her medicine to paralyze her, but she can hear you.
Daddy, he loves you, baby.
So what were the results of the CAT scan?
Daddy loves you, baby.
Aside from a few bumps and bruises, the brain and all the internal organs were fine.
Yeah, I see your eyes moving.
How can that be? How could a child fall 3 stories and be perfectly fine?
You never know from one to the next. The next one falling 3 stories, brain damage, broken bones, lacerated spleen, cuts on the liver. This one was lucky.
Good. Oh, good.
Okay.
Got a nice good cough. We took the tube out. That's always encouraging.
All right. Do we have a smile, Demetra?
Smile, perhaps?
Oh.
How about a deep breath?
All right.
You've taken out her tube. She's breathing on her own.
Right. We're also monitoring the amount of oxygen in her blood. If that stays at an acceptable level, let her sleep tonight. Go home with the family tomorrow.
But there's a side of me. I see her surrounded by so many doctors and nurses. She doesn't know any of these people. This has got to be a little terrifying.
It's a terrifying experience.
Danira. Wake up. I'm right here.
So, as much as we can, we're going to get the family involved.
Danira. Come on, sweetheart. Wake up. Grandma here. Danira. There's Alan. Look at Alan. Look, there's Uncle Alan. Look at Uncle Alan. See Uncle Alan?
I'm so excited. That's great.
Is this the most?
This is the most, yes, so far.
You want me to bring you a Barbie doll and a comb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they came in and started talking to her, she started responding to them. Just so excited.
The reason I enjoy coming into work is far more than bad things happening, good things happening. I mean, the murder, the mayhem, the roads are always going to be there. But you take your energy from the colleagues you work with and the patients you help.
Grandma, bring you a Barbie doll and a comb. You comb Barbie's hair?
Driver or
She was the driver.
She's at the back of the truck.
That's the EKG when the lady came in. All right. So how do you read it?
So what do you need to know to work in the ER?
You wait for every QRS with sinus rhythm, so it's a normal rate.
I'm Stephanie Lester. I'm 25 years old.
ABR is pointing towards the right shoulder. Electricity is moving the other way.
I am a doctor, kind of, well, not really. I'm a student doctor.
Lady's lost 3 grams of hemoglobin. She got pelvic fractures, got bilateral lower leg fractures.
It is nerve-wracking.
So we think this lady's probably got a previous history of heart disease.
How old is she?
It's not something you can learn in a classroom or in a book. You have to learn it here. This is the classroom. We have the A line in?
There was like no pulse.
I'm going to try it. Which side?
Right side.
I'm going to try it again.
Since the hospital is part of the University of Medicine and Dentistry of New Jersey,
I don't know, who's going to help you with it?
Dr. Trivedi.
Michael Jaker is not only a doctor, but also a teacher.
They're inexperienced. They feel like that they get in the way sometimes.
Your restaurant? No, for their medical school.
Yeah, all right, you can give it a shot.
So we want to try and allow them to participate, not let them feel like they're hanging out there all by themselves.
Give it right here.
Can you feel anything?
No, I didn't feel a pulse.
If they look a little bewildered,
Did he stop breathing?
who can blame them?
A patient comes in unconscious, not breathing.
Did you listen to his heart?
Yeah. You just have to keep very, very calm, even though the pressure's on you to get this line in or else the patient will die.
Maria Garcia will tell you the best way to learn is
mostly by watching.
So we got the 2 in Narcan ready? Give him the Narcan. Let's wake this guy up.
and she will tell you the cardinal rule for ER students.
See one, do one, teach one.
There you go. Hey, how you doing? Shoot some heroin today?
Yeah.
Some people say see one, do one, kill one, but we don't like to say that one. Pupils dilate, you think?
Oh, yeah.
What it means is we expect them to be a rapid learner. Now, how long does Narcan last?
15 minutes.
Yeah. You watch one first, you do it second, you pass on the knowledge to the medical school class behind you.
So you give O2, Narcan.
In just 3.5 hours, Jaker and his students treat not only the heroin addict,
You all right?
but also a woman from a car accident
Give her a couple of units of warm blood down here.
and an elderly man with heart trouble.
So it's probably a premature novelty.
What's going to have to do with my heart?
Well, the fluid's backing up because your heart isn't pumping as strong as it should.
You never know what's going to happen when you walk into the ER.
Face down in the pool, but he's not bleeding. His pupils were dilated.
You just have to always be prepared.
You have to be able to think on your feet. You got fluid in the fish. You have to be a good practical problem solver.
Oh, okay. It's the same kind, but just different doses.
Each student doctor spends 1 month working in ER.
How old are you now?
81.
81?
81 years old.
I hope I make it to 81.
You make it.
I don't know about that.
And if you're wondering how to tell a student doctor from a real one, just check the coat.
This is a medical student's office. I have my reflex hammer, my pen light, practical Spanish, because there's a lot of Spanish-speaking patients, commonly prescribed drugs, some sutures, my peripheral brain, care for medical patients, everything you need to know about anything, my sunglasses. That's it. Yep, I'm all set.
Now's the best time to buy at Sears, where hundreds of lawn and garden items are at incredible pre-season prices. Save over $200 on this Craftsman lawn tractor, or over $50 on this power-propelled Craftsman mower during the pre-season lawn and garden sale, now at Sears.
The power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine is taking shape in new Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels, rushing concentrated medicines to relieve your worst cold. Rush relief with new Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels.
If you were AT&T, the old American telephone and telegraph, the biggest, most powerful company in the universe, what would you be scared of? If you were AT&T, you'd be scared of only one thing. Me, from MCI. You'd be scared I'd call your customers and show them the savings with MCI. And you'd worry that they'd really like the idea and switch to MCI. Lighten up, AT&T. Don't be so scared of me and MCI. You have millions of customers, and it's going to be years before I can get through to all of them.
A murderous drug smuggler targets Walker and a feisty widow.
Don't count on it.
Walker, he's one target that shoots back. Saturday.
Do you remember anything that went on when you were in the emergency room?
No, don't remember nothing. Nothing at all.
Came really close, Wilfredo.
Yeah. I said I got 9 lives like a cat.
Wilfredo Tyrone survived his asthma attack.
I love you.
Love you too.
4 days later, he was ready to leave the hospital. As for Chino Martinez,
Come on, Chino.
Where's this guy go?
less than 3 weeks after nearly dying in a freak car accident,
This kid looks terrific.
Come on. Oh, beautiful.
Chino is leaving the hospital.
Do you feel like this has been a miracle?
It is. You know, something
unexplainable.
Wow, Did the doctor say that he would have a pretty complete recovery and he'll be just fine?
He will.
The head injury that he incurred, people with this kind of massive swelling in the brain usually take, years to get back to any semblance of normalcy. He has done so well neurologically, intellectually. I expect him to lead a long and fruitful life. Maybe he'll be a surgeon, who knows?
On my hand. You want to walk by yourself?
Little Chino. That time, I think I made a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
This is a kid who I absolutely didn't think was going to live.
I love you all.
To be able to help, to be a part of giving that back to somebody, you can't describe that. You can't portray that. You can only experience it. I mean, that's for sure.
Chino and other children brought here after an accident are the lucky ones. This hospital is staffed and equipped to handle pediatric emergencies. But according to a recent advisory report to the government, many hospitals are not. So you may want to check out which ones near you are. With tens of millions of children going to the ER each year for emergencies large and small, it's information that just might save a life. From a real ER, that's 48 hours for this week. Now here's a look ahead to our next report.
You'll try things you didn't know you'd try. These are for breakfast when there's no hope, you know?
Is this the cure for cancer?
We have patients walking around who are alive who should have been dead.
She's betting her life on it.
Some patients with leukemia have gotten well.
Find out about
Prayer really works.
unbelievable treatments
Best case scenario would be not needing to use insulin.
and medical wonders
I see again where I was almost not seeing before.
next week. I'm Dan Rather for 48 Hours. Good night.
For a transcript of this program, send $6 to 48 Hours Transcripts, Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039. And to order a VHS cassette of tonight's broadcast, call 1-800-338-4847.
White House journalist Helen Thomas, the very funny Sinbad, and Iris DeMent tonight on The Late Show with David Letterman. Now stay tuned for your local news.
Coming up just seconds from now, the chilling past of a man accused of pushing a grandmother to her death on the subway tracks. Plus, hoop dreams in Brooklyn, a high school player who makes better than good. All the colleges want him. Tonight, he tells us where he's going. And Dennis names his favorite movies of 1994. Don't miss his list. All next on Channel 2 News at 11.
This is Channel 2 News at 11.
Good evening. I'm Reggie Harris, and tonight for John Roberts.
And I'm Dana Tyler. Tonight, a disturbing portrait.